Imagine this. You're working hard, earning a decent paycheck, paying your bills on time, saving a little here and there. You feel responsible. You feel like you're doing everything right. You even check your bank account and smile at the number. It feels solid, safe, like your financial life is under control. But here's the problem. That sense of safety, it could be quietly draining your wealth every single day, and you don't even see it happening. Let me tell you a story. This is about someone we'll call Mark. 10 years ago, Mark graduated from college, just like any other young adult with big dreams and a bit of financial anxiety. He landed a good job, started saving, and like many of us, he wanted to be smart with his money. Mark didn't want to gamble on stocks or risk anything he couldn't afford to lose, so he did what most people do. He opened a savings account, a traditional, reliable savings account at his local bank. He put $20,000 in it. Not a huge fortune, but a meaningful sum for a 22-year-old starting out. And then, for years, he did almost nothing. He didn't touch it. He didn't invest it. He felt good knowing it was safe. Fast forward 10 years. Mark is thinking about buying a house. He logs into his savings account and sees $20,480, a tiny increase from the interest he earned over a decade. Nothing to write home about, but he thought, at least his money grew a little, right? Then he looks at the real estate market. A house in his neighborhood that would have cost $200,000 10 years ago now sells for around $270,000. Suddenly, that safe money he had so carefully stored feels inadequate. He realizes the purchasing power of his money, the amount it can actually buy, has shrunk dramatically. The interest his bank paid him was so low that it didn't even come close to keeping up with inflation. In nominal terms, his balance went up slightly, but in real terms, the value of his money had dropped by nearly 20%. That safe, comfortable feeling he had for 10 years, it was an illusion, a trap. And most people, just like Mark, don't even realize it exists until it's too late. This is what I call the hidden money trap. It's invisible, it's silent, and it's happening to millions of people who think they're being responsible with their cash. It's not about making a risky bet. It's not about losing money in a stock market crash. It's about money losing value while you do nothing, while you feel safe, while you think you're winning. Here's the fundamental thing you need to understand. A dollar is not a stable unit of value. It's a unit of purchasing power. And purchasing power is always changing. It erodes every year through something called inflation. Most people look at their savings account and think in nominal terms. The number in the account is what matters. If your balance goes up, you're earning. If it goes down, you're losing. But this is a trap. Because what really matters is real value, what your money can actually buy in the world. Let's take Mark's example and break down the math. Between 2014 and 2024, cumulative inflation in the US averaged roughly 28 to 30%, depending on the source. That means that something that cost $100 in 2014 would cost around $128 to $130 in 2024. Or, flipped the other way, a dollar today buys only about 76 to 78 cents of what it could buy 10 years ago. Mark's $20,000? In terms of 2014 purchasing power, it was worth about $15,600. In other words, he lost $4,400 without making a single bad decision. He didn't invest in a scam. He didn't blow money on a luxury car. He simply trusted the number in his bank account. And here's the kicker. The bank wasn't losing either. Banks make money off this system. They pay you pennies in interest, maybe 0.05% to 0.5% a year for a traditional savings account, while they lend your money out at 4%, 5%, even higher, depending on the type of loan. That spread between what they earn and what they pay you is called the net interest margin, and it's the backbone of banking profits. Mark's bank earned roughly $800 per year on his $20,000, while he earned less than $50 in interest. Over a decade, the bank made around $8,000 from Mark's money, while he lost nearly $4,400 in purchasing power. He subsidized their profits while losing wealth, all while feeling safe. This is why the hidden money trap is so dangerous. It's invisible. Our brains are wired to fear visible losses. If you see your investment portfolio drop from $100,000 to $85,000, your body reacts. Your heart races. You feel panic. Loss aversion kicks in. But if your savings account holds steady at $100,000, you feel safe. No alarm bells, no stress, no panic. But in both cases, you're losing money. One just feels safer than the other. Now, you might be thinking, Okay, but at least I'm not losing money in the stock market. I don't want to gamble with my life savings. And that's valid. But here's the reality. Doing nothing is also a choice. And in terms of long-term wealth building, it's usually the worst choice you can make. Let's do some more math. Imagine $100,000 sitting in a traditional savings account earning 0.5% per year, while inflation averages 3% annually. After 1 year, your nominal balance is $100,500. Your real purchasing power? Approximately $97,000. That's a $3,000 loss in real terms. Not catastrophic, but not insignificant either. After 5 years, your nominal balance grows to around $102,500, but your real purchasing power is only about $86,000. You've lost 14% of your money to the hidden trap. After 10 years, the nominal balance is roughly $105,000. Real purchasing power? Around $74,000. You've lost over a quarter of your wealth while doing nothing wrong. And after 20 years, the nominal balance is approximately $110,000. But real value? About $55,000. Nearly half your money is gone, just sitting there in the name of safety. Contrast that with investing in a diversified index fund like the S&P 500, which has historically returned about 10% annually before inflation. Even after accounting for inflation, the real growth is around 7% per year. $100,000 invested in an index fund could grow to over $380,000 in real purchasing power after 20 years. The difference between doing nothing and taking controlled, informed risk is staggering. Let's address the objections before you think I'm pushing some risky gamble. Yes, the stock market goes up and down. Yes, there's volatility. But the truth is, inflation is a guaranteed loss if you sit in cash. Stocks are unpredictable, but historically, patience and diversification have proven to outpace inflation and build real wealth. Now let's talk about high-yield savings accounts, because I know someone is thinking, what about those 4 or 5% online accounts? They're better than traditional accounts, absolutely. At 5% interest with 3% inflation, your real return is positive, about 2% a year. That's a big improvement. But even then, these rates are not permanent. They rise and fall with Federal Reserve policy and inflation trends. When rates drop, the real return drops back into negative territory. And compared to stock market returns over decades, cash, even in high-yield accounts, is still far behind. So what's the takeaway? How do you escape the hidden money trap? Here's a simple framework. Calculate your emergency fund. Take your actual monthly expenses and multiply by 6. That's the money you keep liquid in a high-yield savings account for emergencies. This money is not for investing. It's insurance against life's unpredictability. Move excess cash into investments that outpace inflation. If you have money beyond your emergency fund and short-term goals, put it in a low-cost, diversified index fund. Total market funds, or S&P 500 index funds, are ideal for most people. They grow your purchasing power over decades. Maximize interest on cash you do hold. Your emergency fund should earn as much as possible. Move it to a high-yield account at online banks like Ally, Marcus, or Wealthfront. Even a small increase in interest compounds over time. Automate your investments. Set up automatic monthly transfers from checking to brokerage accounts. This bypasses the temptation to let cash accumulate and ensures your money is always working for you. Reframe your perception of safety. Understand that cash is not inherently safe. Safety is in control and liquidity, not in sitting on money that's eroding in value. Real safety comes from being prepared and making informed financial choices, not hiding money from risk. Here's the truth. If you're holding cash beyond what you need for emergencies or short-term goals, you're trapped in the hidden money trap. Every day that money sits idle, it loses value. Every year, inflation silently eats away at what you thought was secure. And the worst part? Most people don't notice until it's too late. So ask yourself, is your cash working for you, or is it quietly making you poorer? Are you feeling comfort in a number on a screen, while your real wealth disappears in plain sight? That comfort is an illusion. The only way to protect yourself is to understand what your money is actually doing and take action. Mark learned this the hard way. Don't let it be you. Protect your emergency fund, invest the rest, make your money work, don't let it sit. Understand the real risks, not just the visible ones. If this changed how you see your savings and investments, hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. I post content that breaks down the invisible forces affecting your money so you can make smarter decisions, avoid hidden traps, and actually build wealth over time. Don't wait for the hidden money trap to rob you. Take control today.